All right, everybody, here on the island, we like to raise money for very worthy causes, and we like to help our friends out, and our friends at the Marianas Yachting Organization need your help, and what better way than to celebrate with music? So once again, I have my friends Craig Stillwell and Peter Lynn here. Gentlemen, very nice to see you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having this wonderful event again. We've talked about, this is what, like third or fourth year we've done this interview, and I never get tired of hearing about blues, especially from you, someone, Craig, who has literally played all over the island with so many different players and really has a pulse of just how much musical talent there is on Guam.
An enormous amount, that's for sure. We are blessed with just amazing talent on this island, and I've been fortunate enough to be a part of it.
Now, I've seen you play bass.
Yes.
I've seen you at like a few clubs in Tumon.
Yes.
Do you play any other instruments? Because, blues is something where a lot of people cross over in.
I don't. I've played some percussion instruments, little hand drums, congas, bongos, things like that. But bass has always been my passion, and singing, and I find it's challenging enough to do those at the same time.
So you just stick primarily to the rhythm section?
Correct.
Very cool. Okay, so Peter, for those people that love boating and everything like that, this is not only a treat to have such talented musicians come out and play, but it's also a chance to actually show off your passion to the rest of the community.
Right, and it's a fundraiser for sailing development and education. We have classes every summer where youth and adults come, and we're a nonprofit, so we have to fix the boats. They run into the reef, fix the cracks, and pay for new tillers and equipment, and bring out, instructors, which we have paid instructors now. We pay them.
Fantastic.
So,
well, how has specifically like the local community, but young locals, how have that generation, embraced proper sailing and everything? Because, we as Guamanians, we grow up around the ocean. We have this natural connection to swimming, paddling, canoeing, and everything like that. Sailing is kind of a different animal. Because it's a discipline.
We trained 49 sailors 2 summers ago, and last summer was, I think, a little less because the classes were 1 week shorter. So they love it. And we get repeat customers.
How is this different from other types of, water activities for people who have not actually been out and done, sailing? I know you were saying
actually learn how to sail an Optimist, which is looks like a bathtub sailboat, but we're too big to fit in one of those. But then we have the lasers.
Those of us 6'1" and over.
Yeah, it's like the size of a coffee table. The kids fit in those. Adults or somebody like 12 or older, depending on how tall they are, would fit on the laser. And that is a low draft boat, which is an Olympic class.
Yeah, that is a very competitive sport. And I wanted to say, sailing can be recreational and competitive. Do you get a lot of people who say, I want to train? Because I remember your wife when she competed, actually.
Yes, she was a sailboarder.
Yep.
But we had some girl come out that was only 16. She took the class and said, I want to compete. So the fire is lit.
And how well is Guam's, climate, winds, the waves we have here, the water conditions and everything? How conducive is that to proper training?
83-degree water, not too bad. We 2 summers ago, we hired a guy to come out from Long Island, and he couldn't believe it. He goes, "Well, we sail in the winter." I go, "Oh, this is our winter."
So do we.
Well, I guess you can kind of make the argument that on Guam, if you spill out, if you lose control of your craft and everything like that, and you dump into the water and everything like that, you're like, this isn't so bad. Let me dog paddle around a little bit. If you're in Long Island water, you've got all the motivation you need to get back out of the water and never let that happen again.
Well, I'm sure they sail in full dry suits or whatever in their wintertime. But
we would hope.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that we're sold on the event, Craig, what have you guys got on the docket? Who are you playing with?
Oh, let's see. This year, every year we try and mix up the lineup. This year we've got myself, Mike Hartendorp, Trey Cunningham, R.J. Uggan, Gary Hartz, my wife Sandy Stillwell. And I'm sure there'll be a few guest appearances. We may have, I know Pete Seguenza, the judge, is probably going to come down and blow a little harp with us.
All right. That's a real murderer's row of Guam, musicians that love it. And kind of blues is something that all people, have together. You can be a classic rock guy, you can be a metal guy, you can be, a jazz musician. Everybody gets into the blues.
Yeah, I've found that every year when I kind of throw out this to the musicians and, on island, I get an amazing response every year. Everyone's very interested in playing this event because it's fun. It's something different. It doesn't matter what type of music, what genre you play. It's something completely different. Get to relax, have a nice, beautiful day in the sunshine out at the yacht club on the water, and play some blues music for.
This is your 4th year.
I think it is our 4th year.
And every year people say they're better and better. So
Now, I remember last year, after year 3, we did the interview with the run-up to that. You said there was going to be some impromptu jam session, kind of like a big super group at the end. And you are a big Deadhead, admittedly.
Absolutely.
The quintessential jam dad. How did last
Absolutely.
year's end of performance jam go?
Great. We had a lot of fun last year. Last year, I think, like Peter was saying, we continue to improve every year, and sound is always a challenge. Has been a challenge for us to get sound right in an outdoor setting, outdoor environment, out there on the water. Last year, I think we finally got our sound dialed in so that as musicians, we could really sit back, relax, and focus on the music as opposed to worrying about, whether we're too loud or people are getting blown away or the speakers crackling or that type of obstacle. We were able to really just focus in on the music, and that was obviously brought back to us by the crowd response because everybody just loved it last year. I thought last year was an amazing success.
Well, since you're playing with so many different people and because of the nature of the blues, it's highly improvisational. Do you guys even do any rehearsals like before, or do you just say, we're doing a bunch of like well-known blues standards and everything like that, we're just going to go all on feel?
Gary Hartz, the trumpet player, said you're working on water.
We are,
songs.
yes. This year
nice.
we've tried to go through a theme. We've done all different. We did an Allman Brothers tribute one year. Last year we really did, guitar masters of Guam, and this year we're doing like a water theme. So rain, water, sailing, any of those type of themes. Those are the song titles that we're trying to incorporate into the event this year.
And are you doing specifically blues songs having to do
sure.
with water, or
Absolutely.
or songs having to do with water in a blues style?
Both.
I'm thinking Christopher
Yes.
Cross, Smoke on the Water.
Yes, exactly. Yes, absolutely. Yes, we've never really been a complete slave to the blues when it comes to this event because people, blues covers everything. There's that line, the blues had a baby and they called it rock and roll.
Yep.
Well, to exclude a lot of the more popular rock and roll stuff that people might be more familiar with and some of the traditional blues standards, we like to make sure we give them everything.
Whatever your muse tells you to do when you get up that morning, I guess.
Exactly.
Okay, I want to find all about this wonderful event, so we are going to take a quick commercial break, but stay tuned, everybody. We are finding out more about blues when we come back.